Welcome to my presentation, Why Volunteer Members Are Not Attending Professional Development Training. These are results from a national sample of Civil Air Patrol officers. The reason I chose this topic is because I am a wing commander for the Wyoming Civil Air Patrol program. And during a 2006 national board meeting, we were briefed, received a safety briefing that pointed out that 57% of our members who had not completed Level 1 or did not move past Level 1 training were causing most of the accidents and leaving the Civil Air Patrol program. Nationwide, the Rocky Mountain region and the state of Wyoming are lagging behind the national standards in professional development. So I have a concern of ensuring that our members are doing things safely, and I believe that's tied directly to training and professional development training. My research question is, what are the various trends in attitudes, opinions, and reasons for members not yet completing Squadron Leadership School? My population was just over 13,000, and from that I took a sample of 1,000. These members had to be an active member in Civil Air Patrol, had completed Level 1 professional development, had not yet completed Squadron Leadership School, and had an email address. The importance of the email address was to keep the cost down as well as the time convenience. The members were drawn proportionally from each of the regions. In putting together the survey, I chose to do an online survey, and we used the University of Wyoming survey tool. As developing the survey, it was reviewed a number of times by Susie Young, professor at the University of Wyoming, as well as the Civil Air Patrol national staff responsible for professional development. Once the survey was put together, I had it piloted by experienced members of the Wyoming Wing staff. And after all the tweaks were done, we sent this out to participants in an email that had a link to the survey. After about a week, we followed up, encouraging members and participants to complete the survey if they had not done so. In the end, we received 219 responses. These results were then exported to SPSS. As far as the results, it was gratifying to know that the individual participants believed that professional development was important, and it was important to them personally. They believed that their organizations or higher headquarters also thought it was important. However, the further that you moved away from the individual, for example, to the unit, then the wing, and the region, those individuals or the individuals believe that those organizations did not place as much importance on it. Additionally, the members were also not completing other professional development requirements. Two that stood out were the completion of the CAP's officer course, as well as completing going to conferences that is a requirement. These had a bit of significance as they really stood out. In the literature review, or my research prior to conducting the survey, certain things stood out. For example, personal commitments and travel commitments, as well as financial commitments, were some of the biggest reasons why members did not go to professional development training. In the Civil Air Patrol survey results, personal commitments and travel commitments were the biggest impediments to attending training. However, the financial commitments were not as big as a factor, so it kind of contrasted to the research, which I thought was interesting. Nearly 50% of the members who responded are former military. This plays into the comments that were also received and maybe reasons why individuals are not completing professional development, such as a Squadron Leadership School. In the comments, one of the things they pointed out was there's no clear progression path. there seems to be many different ways to get to something, but as a new member, it can be kind of confusing on the steps that you need to take. And perhaps, this needs to be attended to. What do pilots need to do? What do individuals that are going to be cadet program officers need to do? So maybe it has to be broken out a little more specifically. One of the frustration points that presented itself was there's no course equivalencies, or not enough course equivalencies. And I think this plays into the folks that are prior military. They want, for a squadron leadership school, which is very comparable to basic professional development they received in the military, there was no course equivalency. So they would like something like that, but they also want things that are very relevant to what they need to know in Civil Air Patrol. So rather than having general information about leadership, how does that apply specifically to their volunteer work in Civil Air Patrol? The other thing they mentioned was the large time commitment to be in CAP. Not only the training requirements, but the amount of paperwork to accomplish things. And they feel that this needs to be made easier in order to get to courses. Courses need to be easier attained, either in their local area, more courses in their local area, courses that are self-paced, self-study, or even distance education type courses. They would like to see that. In one particular wing, they mentioned it seems that all the courses were taught on the eastern side of the state, and members from the west or central portion of the state had to travel many hours to go attend this. For some reason, they wouldn't allow the courses to be taught in the western portion of the state. Personal lessons from taking this course. First thing is, I learned how to put together a survey properly. I had put together, many short little surveys in the past. This was on a greater scale, and certainly more people that were surveyed. Quite a rewarding experience. I enjoyed the project that I worked on. The other one was using SPSS. Extremely powerful tool. It help make the writing the paper easier. And I actually went in and did some last-minute edits because of the course dealing with chi-square, and I think it helped the paper. So all in all, I thought this was a good course, a great course, and I'm glad that I took it. So I hope you enjoyed this presentation.